Hey guys, today I'll be doing a short review of the Motorola Razr 50 Ultra, or the Razr Plus, I think, on the USA. It was released in 2024, and actually was this is my first foldable phone, my first flip phone, and I kind of like it, but I don't like it. I'm gonna explain you why. Now, the first thing, the crease on the screen doesn't bother me at all. This was one of my first motivations of not using a foldable phone, because I thought the crease would bother me too much. But actually, I got used to it in 2 hours. So, like, it's actually very discreet. So I actually like it. The screen is really nice. It's Full HD plus 165 Hz, but I actually have to set it. Otherwise, it's on automatic up to 120 Hz. But anyways, the outer screen is really nice. I think it's one of the main good things about this phone is the outer screen, and the design in general is really nice. But a phone is not only screen design, right? A phone has to have good cameras, nice system, and it has to be fast. It does have a Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, okay? On paper it's fast, and it is fast, but it's not fluid. Why is not fluid? Because Motorola has a really shitty system. Okay, Motorola UI is not very good, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm still running Android 14 on this phone, and it still hasn't been released for this unit because it's a carrier phone. But it should. Come on, we already have Android 16, and Motorola still hasn't, released Android 15 to all its devices, even its flagship foldable device. Only now surpassed by the Razr 60 Ultra, and it's a really buggy software that I'm using here, Android 14. The cameras take quite a while. The camera app is quite buggy actually, and one thing that bothers me a lot, I can't use portrait mode on 2x on the external screen on the camera app. I have no idea why. I tried messing around with it, but I can't make many settings changes on the camera app on the outside screen. And even if I open on the inside and then open on the outside, I still can't do 2x portrait mode. I have no idea why. But I actually like the idea of having a zoom camera instead of ultra wide camera. I think it's much better actually. I mean, the ideal thing would be having 3 cameras, like a proper flagship, but it's still really nice. I like this. But the camera has some issues that I'll tell you later. First thing, we have some gimmicky features like this vintage camcorder mode that's buggy as hell. And when you try to change the settings while using the camcorder mode, it's awful. It's not very responsive. It's like all the exclusive features for Razr phones, when I try to use on this phone, they don't work as well. Okay, they're just very buggy. I don't know if this will improve on Android 15 or has improved, but I don't know why. The system itself doesn't feel very fluid. Okay, sure, it's like 120 Hz, but it feels like, I don't know, like 90 Hz or something like this. And there's a mode that I can leave the phone like this, and the screen will keep showing, the image that I set like this. But when I click on it, the image goes away. It goes back to the old lock screen thing. It's like, it's a really annoying bug. I can't just leave the image there. It goes back to the old one every time I click, and it's not always on. You see those options there. It doesn't really work because the image is not always on. As soon as the timeout goes, the screen goes back to the normal lock screen, always on display. But it's not always on like the modern flagships we have, like the S24, S25, or iPhone 15 Pro or 16 Pro. And look at this other bug. Sometimes the orientation of the screen doesn't go back after watching a video. So you see, even if I unlock the auto rotate, you see, it doesn't go back. If I go back to the app, I have to close the app and then open the app again. So then it will go back to normal, to the right orientation, right? Even if I unlock the orientation, it doesn't matter. That's another annoying bug. That's all that you have. So it's a nice phone, but it's very buggy, and the updates is still really meh, you know what I mean? And another thing that bothers me, this phone was supposed to be compact, okay? And it's not, because as soon as you open the phone, you have a 6.9 inches huge and thin phone that's way too big to use with one hand. So what's the point? Like, I was only using the phone with the external screen, because when I open the phone, I can't use it properly with my hands because it's way too big, and it's not like the aspect ratio 22:9 is way too much. And now the Razr 60 Ultra, it's even worse. It's 7 inches. Come on. I mean, the purpose of a phone like this is to be compact, but this is just way too big. They should have a compact version. And now let's talk about the cameras. I mean, the photos, actually I was impressed with the quality, but again, Motorola has horrible processing. The colors are way too artificial, especially when shooting against a backlight. The HDR was just way too bad, you know, the color is just too strong, too much over sharpening, you know, and I was using the natural mode, okay? So like at this point, I would never pay $1,000 for a phone like this. I paid $499 for this on a nice deal. Then it's worth it, yes, but I wouldn't use it because the screen is just way too big for me, okay? You see, it's just way too many bugs, okay? The camera is not the best out there. The Z Flip 6, 7, you probably have better cameras. So, you know, this phone is still a gimmick, okay? It's still a gimmick, especially at this size. I mean, if they did a phone that opened and it was like 6.7 or 6.5 inches like the Z Flip 6, that would be much better, but they don't. So if you don't actually mind the large size, okay, and you don't mind the bugs and the slow updates, okay, it's overall good phone, you know. It has a really nice screen, the sound is good, you know, the battery is decent, it charges fast enough, and it looks to be very tough. I think it will last a few years, but it's not for me, and I don't think it's worth more than $500.